If you haven't been on TikTok in the past week or so, and you haven't really been on the internet, then you may have not heard of the All Quiet on Set documentary. It was a documentary about the past horrific, disgusting things going on at Nickelodeon Studios with shows like Drake and Josh and the Amanda Show. All that shit all has to do with Dan Snyder and stuff. There's a lot of people talking about the documentary already, and that's not really what I'm going to be talking. I'm going to be talking about the reactions that I've seen, mainly one reaction, and that was from Ned's Declassified podcast. And if you don't know what Ned's Declassified, it was an old it was an old Nickelodeon show that aired on in the early 2000s. I never really watched it. I probably was just watching Cartoon Network or whatever, but you know. But they said some terrible jokes, like very bad jokes, and then now they're trying to save face, and they just responded to it. And I don't believe a word. I don't believe a word because the things they said, how. So I'm gonna play what they said, and then we're gonna get into the response video.
Daniel, we told you never to speak about that. Get back in your hole, Daniel, and give me your holes. Sorry, we shouldn't joke about this. We really shouldn't.
This is awful. Why are we doing this?
Because this is about us. Listen, our set was not like that. And no, it's fucking awful. The Drake Bell shit is that's crazy to hear. That is fucked, man. And that never came out, which is really wild. Really wild.
Until he was talking about it.
Boop.
So you think you're the funny guy, huh? That is what they said. They went live on Instagram Live and decided to, I don't know, respond to it or fucking react. Like, I don't know what the fuck they were thinking. Like, I think they may have been live before and people were, like, asking them to talk about it and shit. But, like, if you didn't have anything, like, Mama always told me, you don't have anything nice to say, don't say anything at all. Don't fucking make jokes about someone who just came out with their fucking abuse story. Don't fucking do that. So, they did that, making all laughs and jokes about that shit and everything. It got so much that now Drake Bell has even responded to it. Ned's Declassless. This is wild. Laugh it up, guys. Laugh it up. Give me your holes. Really. So, it even made its way all the way up to Drake Bell. And with that happening, I think it just broke the floodgates and they just started to get hit. Because they decided to respond again. And they decided to say this.
Earlier this week, we were on a TikTok Live. If you haven't seen the clip, if you haven't seen what's going on, we were on a TikTok Live being asked to comment on the Quiet on Set documentary, which we hadn't seen. And super shit joke came out that was referenced at Daniel and looked like I was talking about Drake, and it all overlaps. And we fucked up. I get it. We hadn't seen the doc, and everyone was asking us for our opinions on it.
People were asking for your opinions. Okay. Okay, so your opinion would be, I haven't seen it yet. That's it. That's all you had to do. But no, you decided to just go in with a fucking really crude joke. And not even just that, like, these were your colleagues that you know that are in these documentary. You know, some of them are probably going to appear and stuff. You know the documentary is about the wrongdoings at Nickelodeon around the time Dan Schneider was involved. So, you clearly had some know-how, enough to know about what was going on with Drake. So, I don't understand why you couldn't just had the fortitude to go like, oh, haven't seen it yet. Let's move on. Unless you wanted to talk about it. It seemed like you wanted to get into it. I mean, you instantly did. And then as soon as people started to, like, call you out on it, you decided to move over and push the discussion aside. So, yeah, let's see what else you had to say.
On the TikTok.
Yeah. And I get it. Now having seen the documentary, like, it's so disturbing. I get they were asking us
and we had no clue of the magnitude of what they were discussing. We're also multitasking. I'm sitting there editing the sound. I thought we had lost all of the footage.
Man! Fuck! Now, after watching it, now you know. Bullshit. You fucking knew. If you didn't know, you wouldn't have said those fucking jokes. You wouldn't have said those. You wouldn't have said any of that shit. You would have literally just went, I will go check it out. Like, you did not think clearly. You thought, oh, this will be funny, and you just blurted it out. And for your buddy there saying, oh, my lapse in judgment is I'm just going to blame it because I was doing editing. Shut the fuck up. No, that's not the fucking case. Even though it doesn't look it, I've been doing YouTube for like, since I was 13. It doesn't take that much. Like, unless you're working on a major project, you're listening to a podcast. You're making a podcast. All it is listening back. That's all that is. So I think that's just an excuse. I really do. And you didn't know the magnitude of what it was. Dude, before the documentary was coming out, people were already talking about this. And at the time of you saying shit like that, right? At the time of saying it, it was all over fucking TikTok. All over. You guys are literally using TikTok to stream this. So I don't believe that you didn't know what it was about or didn't know the magnitude of shit. Like, I don't believe that shit at all. At all. Especially since you're literally streaming on TikTok at the time of saying that shit. I can't go on my For You page without getting 300 different things about the documentary. I know everyone's For You page is different, but no. It's such a big thing right now that I don't possibly think that you could not know what it was about.
Now we've watched it, and I get it. If I had just watched especially that third episode and then watched us joking like that,
You would be upset.
I would be like, are they sociopaths? Actually, is something wrong with them?
Yes, it would make someone feel like they are a bad person. But I feel like you knew that when you were saying it before. I can't possibly believe this guy. Like, everyone knew what the documentary was going to be about. So, like, I can't possibly believe you when it comes to this thing. And it just sounds disingenuous. It just does, with the whole thing of just saying, oh yeah, I was editing and shit. Like, no, I can't. Not for my sake. I don't know what anyone else is. Take this what you want. I don't know. I just wanted to talk about this. It's been on my mind for a few days now, and now I literally was scrolling through TikTok before even starting to record this and saw this little podcast bit of them trying to, like, make excuses for their actions. Just say you fucked up. Like, it was a fucking shitty thing to do. Don't try to blame it on, I was editing or anything. Just don't. Just say you fucked up. Like, it's not hard. I'm sorry for being a piece of shit. I'll try to make myself better I'll try to be better in the future. It's not hard to do that shit. But, yeah, I think that's it. I just wanted to talk. And, yep. Take care, everyone. Peace.